Welcome back to the Offtrack podcast. I'm your host, Carl Langford, and sitting across from me,
co-host Ravi Clark. Welcome back, everyone. How are we, Kyle? How's your week been?
it has been good. I've been getting back on the ball, the old running ball
Have
again.
you?
I was at the track, and I was Ellie's cameraman this week. We were doing a little, Ellie was filming a little YouTube video, so look out for that.
Stay tuned.
Doing a little bit of video in there. We have Phil down as well, and then Phil was warming up for his session. And then I was recording Ellie. I thought, do you know what? I'm going to jump in the last 300. So, no warm-up.
Did
phone
you
timing.
pull anything?
Hmm?
Did you pull anything? Or you got through it?
Well, here we go. So, I jump in the back of Ellie. Sounds a bit weird. I jump on the back of Ellie. Even weirder. Yeah, she popped off a little 46. I was there, phone in hand, timing, camera as well.
And how about the running?
It was good. Elle, were you always impressed, right?
It kind of irritated me a bit because he hasn't ran for over a year. He's been so lazy. And
I'm just going to have to jump in there.
Yep.
Carl was banging out the miles in font.
Yeah, it was, well, how long was
he was
that? 3
getting
months
it.
ago?
Actually.
Yeah,
Over 3 months ago.
Okay,
Bit of high.
no-
He's dropped down from high altitude training specifically for it.
That was
Yeah.
months ago, Ravi.
Yeah,
He's
that's
had
just
Taper,
rest.
that's
zero
taper.
consistency all year. He just dibbles and dabbles in. And I just was kind of annoyed that he could keep up with me still.
So anyways, little 46, maybe a 45. I was on the outside, giving it no arms, just I was having it. And then, Philip was doing his session. He was doing 4x400. He's, an up-and-coming runner. And I thought, do you know what? No warm-up. Elliot, give me his spikes. Elliot Giles, big up yourself. Brand new Nike prototypes. No one knows about these.
Oh.
And do you know what I've done? Jumped him, first 400, 57. Second 400, 56, and I was feeling smooth. I know it's not quick or anything to shout about, but no. And then I popped a little 200 out after, a little 24.8.
24. See, I couldn't even do that right now.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I've been injured, but in peak shape, I wouldn't even be able to hit 24. That's just dominance, that.
I whacked out a little 24. Honestly, the calf did feel like
Really?
it was. Well, before it felt like it was going to go, and so I was kind of on the. It was a bit windy as well, so
That's
I'm pretty
probably that's a worth of 23 mid. Do you reckon then? 24.
24 flat. Yeah, 24 flat. I might be blowing my own trumpet. Oh, so I probably started the watch a little late.
Rolling.
Ravi, how are your legs feeling though? Obviously, I know you're not back running yet, but you had a little trek you went on, right?
Yeah. So we got up to the Lake District last week, on a little family holiday for the week up in the Lake District, getting pretty much hiking every day. To be fair, climbed the highest mountain in England for the first time. What's Scarfell Pike?
Whoa.
Like 900 meters, 950 meters, I believe. So, my legs are a bit tired tomorrow, but they're going straight back on holiday because I'm flying out to Tenerife tomorrow morning for a little lads' holiday with the boys.
Having it large.
Having it large in Tenerife, so that will be good fun.
Did you say the highest peak in the UK or England?
England, actually.
Okay, it is England.
I
Because
think-
only because you just notified me before. Because I was like, Snowdon not.
You've got
taller?
Snowdon, what's taller, and
Scotland.
What's the one in Ben Nevis? I think is taller
Yeah,
as
there
well.
you go, Ben Nevis.
Speaking of Scotland, though, held the Commonwealth Games last week
Yep.
in Glasgow.
Oh,
Should we dive straight into it? I think that's going to be the major focus of the episode.
yeah, let's jump into it.
Should we dive straight in? Talk to me about Australia, Carl, because they absolutely dominated. I think they topped the medal table, obviously.
Yep.
In athletics, I know for sure. I don't know about every other sport, but in athletics specifically, they were the dominant country by quite a long way.
Yeah, I mean, they had a great showing, winning medals all over the board. I think that final day, I saw something. I think the Guardian put out a post. Basically,
Can't trust that.
That last day was their record amount of medals at the Commonwealth Games before, and I just think a lot of young talent in that team as well. Like, I mean, they had a really, really, really strong Commonwealth Games, and I think that just goes to show where Australia athletics is at the moment.
Yeah. What do you think the driving force behind that? Do you reckon it's investment? I know that they're certainly compared to some of the European countries, they're maybe investing a bit more money into the athletics in Australia. Or maybe they're peaking slightly earlier than other countries. I know they've got they open up outdoors slightly earlier than we do. So maybe you know, where British athletes or European athletes certainly might come into their peak, you know, mid-August, late August certainly.
Mm.
End of July, start of August, maybe a little sooner for them. And that's really what the Australians have looked to peak for this season, potentially.
Yeah, like I think that's definitely part of it. Like you say, I think they just took it more serious. All their best athletes turned up. I'm sure a lot of the other countries, a lot of their best athletes didn't turn up, especially the bigger countries like England and so forth. I think they just had a really strong showing. I don't think, obviously, European countries, we've got the Euros this year as well. It seems like a lot of the athletes are kind of picking between the two.
Yeah.
Not all of them are doing, especially the bigger athletes are doing commies and Euros. They're kind of splitting between the two. One thing I saw with Australia as well, 4x1 gold. That was big, right?
That's the first time in 52 years, is it? They've won the 4x100 gold.
Mate, that's
a long time.
That's a long time. And you look at the teams there to win that. You've got Jamaica. England are typically always pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of Caribbean countries, African countries that have good sprinting heritage. In Australia,
maybe
really
not
good.
as much, yeah, but definitely a massive achievement for the
Massive
Australians.
achievement. Yeah, looking at some of the Australian athletes as well. Obviously, you've got some star names in there. Probably the biggest being Jessica Hull on our quiz last week.
Exactly.
But Jessica Hull, probably the biggest Australian athlete in terms of kind of stature and medals and national records right now.
Came through at the Champs, I would say.
She came through, but she was overshadowed by Rose Davies. I mean, Rose
True.
Davies beating her in the 5K.
Mm.
Rose Davies looked pretty good as well. And then she doubled back and done the 10K as well. And she done the double. 5 and 10K
It was double
gold.
gold, wasn't it? Yeah.
What was it? Jessica Hull.
2
silver.
silver.
Yeah.
2 silvers, I
Silver
think.
in the mile as well.
Yeah.
And that
not necessarily a bad showing. I mean,
no.
coming away from a major champs like that with 2 silvers is not a bad day's work. But Rose Davies, double gold. She's the one that's taken all the headlines, isn't she?
She's taken the headlines. I think if you were to say before the champs that Jess Hull would have come away with 2 silvers and not got gold, I think everyone would have been like, she's definitely the favourite in the 5 and the mile. Definitely the mile.
Yeah.
And that mile for Australia, the women's mile, they
Abby
clean sweeped
Caldwell.
They clean sweeped
Yeah.
it. The top 3 were all Australian. So
Yeah.
it just goes to show you know, it wasn't a weak field in that women's mile. I mean, it could have been better, obviously, but that was, Australia getting a clean sweep in there was unbelievable.
Yeah, I guess you are missing in that mile field Georgia Bell, who potentially could have been for, like, she would have competed for the medals, certainly,
Right.
Potentially the title as well.
I think she would have definitely won, Georgia. I think the way
Do
she
you reckon?
dominated that 8.
Well, she absolutely smashed them in the 8. We'll get onto that in a minute. First, though, we'll talk about the other Australian in the mile, this time on the men's side.
Yeah.
Cam Myers obviously picked up the silver in the end. But again, Josh Kerr, we're going to have to talk about him. He made it look so... I mean, was he playing with them? I think he was he had... Commentators talk about having another gear. I think Josh Kerr had 2 or 3 gears left in him by the end of that. Like that last 200 where he just slightly picked up.
I think the thing I look at, and I love watching racing, especially, obviously I'm a little more biased towards the 15 and the 800. I just look at where he made the gap, and that was a 100 metre stretch from 200 to 100 to go.
And suddenly he was 5 to 10 metres ahead of them all. And he had the chance, because I saw him. He glanced up to the big screen, seen that they're nowhere near it. They're all miles back. They're fighting, scrapping each other for the medals. Pretty much just jogged it in.
Oh, he just did the damage. He knew, he executed his race plan perfectly. I think he does that maybe as good as any in track and field at the moment. He has his race plan and he knows how to execute. He knows what he wants to do. I know he's big into visualization, getting his mind right. So I know he's going to be watching tape, making sure that he's going to put himself in the best position to win it. And I think you had Jake Whiteman. Obviously, he put up a good show to try and stick with him.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, just ran out of legs in that last 100.
Yeah.
Cam Myers come like an absolute rocket, and so did Timmy Cheriot as well.
Timo was coming through, wasn't he? Yeah. Cam Myers, a few people I saw on social media were kind of, obviously Josh Kerr's the favourite going into it, granted what he'd done at London, but a few people saying, oh, Cam Myers wasn't included in that London field because he would have got too close to Josh. Saying, is Cam Myers going to beat him? Because he looked I watched his heat, he looked very comfortable in the heat. Was it a bit... I don't think Cam Myers was ever going to be in the race. I always thought Josh Kerr would just wipe the floor with them. But do you reckon it was a good experience learning trip for Cam Myers, or was it a bit of a missed opportunity?
No, it's not. He's still such a young lad, and I think you look at Jakob, you know, when he was a youngster coming through, he obviously had Timmy Cheriot, who was pretty dominant at that point.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think Cam's just going to learn from it. You know, how old is he still? 18? 19?
Yeah, I think he's my age, 19, 20.
19. Yeah. I think he got boxed in. I think tactically he got it slightly wrong.
Well, that's just... Josh has probably got an extra 8 to 10 years of racing at that level on him. And you look, he's raced in the World Champs finals, he's raced Olympic finals, he's won major titles, whereas Cam Myers hasn't yet. And I'm sure Cam Myers is in the shape to run a quick mile, maybe, well, not a world record, but I think for him that's a massive learning curve. But also, to go there and beat Cheriot and Whiteman and Hayward, who had a good run, like, he's beat some pretty big names.
Yeah.
I still think that is a good achievement from him.
100%.
Like, coming second.
What do you think, if he was in the London Diamond League, Cam Myers, what do you think he would have run for that mile? I think he would have run quick.
I think he would have... So what did... Nagoose ran 45.
Yeah.
I think he would have been about 44, 45.
Yeah.
I think he would have tried to go with it, I think.
Yeah.
Like Nagoose did. And then last 300, I think he would have fallen off slightly. 44, 45. I don't think he gets close to Josh at the moment.
No, I don't think he gets close. I think he might have dipped into the high 43s, but in terms of what Josh run and Cam, that would look a lot more than it actually sounds, I think, on camera when you watch Josh running 342 to Cam running 343 high. I think he might be able to dip around there, but that would have looked a lot more on camera than it would have. It actually sounds that extra second. I think a big shout out in that men's mile, Jake Hayward. I know you shouted him there. And just look at his journey. Like, he's had, honestly, at one point I just thought, is he done? Like, he's had so long out the sport, so many injuries reoccurring, and I think he's just built his season up nice and slowly. Had a couple of really good early runs and just didn't panic. He just... Honestly.
He's just chipped away at things. Like, I can't remember what he opened in. 36 maybe. Yeah. He opened his season in, and then he chipped away. I think he ran a 34. Then obviously he ran pretty well at the British Champs. He came second in that, I think, just behind Ludwig. Yeah. And then he ran a cracking mile the other day at London, 3:46 I think it was. And now fourth at the Commies. So he's I think he's got his season bang on where he, for the major races, he's got himself into them by running those times early doors, and then improved so much through the season where maybe he's not got that sharpness that he used to have at the start of the season. He's now got that back, and he's racing really well. I mean, he's beaten some big names in that men's mile field.
What does Jake Hayward have to do to become a medal contender? Is he, is it another year of just consistent training, another year of consistent racing again? Is he already, if he has that consistency, is he already in that medal sort of contention now?
I would say a little bit of both. I think the additional year of, training, the extra winter that you get from the aerobic base and from this summer where he's sharpened up, he's got his legs used to moving, closing races in 54, 53 laps. He's got himself back there, and then another year of that aerobic work in the winter. I think he will be a medal contender next summer for the It is the World Champs next summer, isn't it? Yeah. I think he will be a medal contender in that 1500. To be honest.
Yeah, and I think before he went away and he was having these obviously long injury problems, he was there and thereabouts. I mean,
Yeah.
he was, what was he, 3:30 or 3:29?
Something like 3:30.
He run quick, and I think, you know, he's got that mentality. He knows where he needs to be. He's done. I mean, any young athlete going through injuries, you know, one that comes to mind. He's obviously not so young now. Matt Stonia.
Yeah.
I mean, that must give someone like him confidence just to actually keep cracking away, be consistent, and you can get back there. You know, a year back, and Jake Hayward's just come fourth.
Yeah, exactly.
At the commies, and he's run an unbelievable mile. So I think, yeah, for any young athletes or athletes who are injured and going for a bad time, it even got me thinking about a little comeback.
Little
you know
comeback
what I mean?
potentially. Yeah, well,
That's where that track session
I need to get
from.
myself on the comeback as well.
There you go. So it should give you.
It's given me a bit of motivation at least.
Women's 800.
Georgia Bell
Yeah.
controlled the race pretty much. I mean, she basically did what she wanted from the front.
They just let her have it.
And kind of walked away with it a little bit.
It
Why did nobody think, okay, Georgia Bell is probably the fittest in this field. Can I do something? Can I try and attack it early and catch her off guard and see if we can catch her in the middle of the pack and, you know, get away from her a little bit? Why did nobody think that's what I'm going to do? Because you let her at the front of that race and she will just walk away with it.
Yeah, I think what it looked like to me was every other lady in the race was running for a medal. They weren't going for gold. They were going just to try and see if they could get a silver or bronze. And I feel like they just let her have it her own way. She controlled it. And I mean, for me, it's always, I want to see someone really giving it a go. And it just looked like, you know, whether they would have beat her anyways, I don't think they would have, but no one would give it that go because I think they were scared about losing out on a potential medal.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like to me, at least.
Yeah, she is just world class now, isn't she?
Yeah.
Georgia Bell. Like, you put her in, I think she is at the, well, she's racing against that Wero, is it this week or next week? I think they're meant to be racing, I can't remember where.
That's a big one. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I do think that she is now at the stage where, like...
Her first pace race of the season.
Is it?
First pace one, so it'll be big.
Georgia Bell?
Yeah.
Woohoo!
That'll be quick.
I'm
It is
excited
against
for that.
Wero, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is Keeley doing it?
No.
Okay.
Bottled it again.
Hey.
Love you, Keeley. We'll get you on the pod one day. You can have a little battle with Rav. No, I think, yeah, that's going to be a great race. Wero, obviously, we haven't seen her now for a little bit.
Yeah.
Obviously, she started the season with a massive bang, 153.
Yeah.
You know, Georgia's taken the season pretty well. I think she's not gone out and raced every single race on the circuit. She's picked her races. She's won them.
Yeah.
She's running decently quick. I think that's going to be a good little showdown. One thing I think about, especially for you, what do you think makes Georgia such a good athlete? Like, where has this rise come from? Obviously, I know she was doing triathlons and, you know, she's obviously still super, super fit, but she's just gone from being a decent standard runner to a world beater, a generational talent. Like that, she's putting herself up there with some of the greatest athletes of all time. With, you know, she's building out that resume.
I think a major thing for her is that she absolutely nails the last 200 in pretty much every race she does. And you talk about the 800 where it's not who can speed up the most, it's who can die the least. And she seems to be able to get that right in every race. It's the last 80 metres. She manages to hold her form pretty well, I think.
Yeah.
And it just seems that she's got the extra legs on the other girls in that last period of the race.
Yeah.
And she's able to get a few metres on them. I don't know what... I know they do some, like, quite chunky sessions at M11 where they're doing a high number of reps very hard.
Yeah.
Maybe with a little more recovery. And I think whatever they're doing there, whether it's that, they're just managing to control the last period of the race. Like, she knows going into that she'll be able to hold people off.
Do you know the biggest thing I see, and it's almost like a natural instinct when athletes are running. It's so big for the 800 and the 400 as well, and even the 15. Is I actually look at her stride and her form, and it's not the greatest. She has, she overstrides a little bit, but not overstrides. She kind of has a bit of a real lean back.
Lean back, yeah.
The thing I see with her and athletes, when athletes get tired or they're trying to kick or they're trying to really speed up and they try too hard, they overstride. They end up, when you overstride, you end up breaking. You land in front of yourself. Technically, it's not the great. It's her leg turnover. She keeps her stride not too long. It's snappy and short, and that for me is the biggest thing. That was one thing I always tried to do. My best races when I had really good kick was it wasn't how long is my stride, it's how quick can I move my legs, and that's one thing I tried to drill into athletes is it's about that leg turnover. If you keep that leg turnover going, and it all comes down to coordination. If you can keep your coordination, and you really work on that in training outside of hard sessions, I think it helps with your kick so much. You just stay so much in control of it. I just think her leg turnover is
well, you can see that in her racing every race, and there's no races, or if she comes second or third in a race, there's no races where she dies.
No.
Like there's no races where with 120 to go, she's in third and dies off to fifth or sixth or seventh. Like, she's always up there by the end, if not winning.
And I think that is literally down. Even if she's really hurting or she is dying, I think she maintains that stride pattern. So I think she keeps that leg turnover so well that even when she's dying, she's still covering a lot of ground. She's not overstriding and breaking. She's keeping it nice and quick, like a sprinter.
Yeah.
You watch sprinters in 100 metres, they haven't got these long gallopy strides. It's quick. You watch them on the line, it's pap, 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 pap. And I think she does that so well. And I think that's in the last 200 is why she's so strong. Whether she's hurting, she's dying, she's always going to be there because she just keeps that leg turnover. I think that's massive. And to anyone who wants to get better in that last 200, go back and watch George's leg turnover in that last 100. It's unbelievable, and I love that more than anything.
Good to see her at the champs and racing for England.
Yeah.
England athletics as a whole, though, perhaps a bit underwhelming. I mean, we were missing some of our top athletes who are obviously we've got the Europeans coming up in 2 weeks, but how do you feel about that in terms of? And I know it was similar for some of the Scottish athletes, but some athletes picking the commies, some athletes picking the Euros, some picking to do both.
Yeah.
Both obviously, well, Glasgow's not technically a home champs, but pretty much a home champs.
Yeah.
Birmingham obviously being a home champs. You, back when you were, competing for teams, making finals, how would you have approached those two races back to back?
I just think it's a year what everyone classes as an off year, and I just think what's the harm in trying to do both? And my big thing is when I went into it, Commonwealth Games was goal one. When I did it was in Australia, so it was in April time. So it was a really early champs, but I remember that was my big thing. Was I wanted to make sure the commies went really well, and that was for me. That was the ultimate goal, was to go out there and win gold in the commies. It just looks like when I was in Gold Coast, there was a Commonwealth village. It felt, there was a bit of an aura to it. And I've spoke to a few athletes who were there who said it was good, but I feel like it's lost its shine a little bit. I don't think it is so sought after as it used to be. A
little bit, yeah. Yeah, well, obviously they've had to cut back, funding reasons. There's less funding for it. Nobody wanted it in the first place, so Glasgow only accepted it on the condition that they would cut it down. And I went up on the Wednesday to watch Big Dave race in the mile heats.
Yeah.
And I went to Birmingham 2022 with my dad, and that definitely felt a little bit more like your London 2012. It felt like a big event, lots of people going to Birmingham, staying there. Glasgow didn't feel like that.
Yeah.
I got the taxi over I shot up there from the Lake District on the Wednesday morning. I was on the train at like 6:30.
Climbing the peaks, straight to peaking at commies.
Exactly. jumped in the taxi from Glasgow Central Station over to the stadium, and the taxi driver didn't know that the Commonwealth Games were on. Despite when we was driving out there, we drove past two. I think one was like a swimming pool or a cycling centre or something.
Right.
That was covered in Commonwealth Games branding, and so it's like this massive event. Which, if you're living in Glasgow, you should know that's going on, especially if you're a taxi driver. And the hype behind it wasn't quite there. He didn't even know it was on. So I think it has definitely lost some of its merit.
Still recording?
It has definitely lost some of its merit, but I mean, I'm not at the level where I'm making a commies and a European team.
Right.
But if I was, I think I would want to. I like racing and then racing again soon and getting into a bit of a role. And I think if you race well at the commies, that surely 2 weeks out from the Euros, that sets you up perfectly.
Yeah, I just don't know what it was about really. And I'm not sure why Keely didn't turn up. Was that because her training partner Georgia was in the 8 and decided to do the 8? Was that why Keely didn't turn up? I don't know. Like, yeah, I would have loved to see Keely there.
I would have loved to, yeah.
But unfortunately, she didn't turn up. And I think sticking to Keely obviously being 800, the men's 800 was. I mean, we should have medalled.
We should have. When you look at, Bergen and Patterson, and Bottrell, who had a blinder. Bottrell had a great race, but you look at Bergen and Patterson.
Two of the best in the world. Two global medalists.
Who didn't medal at the commies. I think perhaps we should have performed better in that area. Well, I think we should have performed better as a whole.
Yeah.
And I start to think whether it's like a bit of like a funding type thing. Like, are we giving enough to the athletes that should be competing at these games? I saw Welsh athletics. I don't know whether it's an organised trip, but I saw a couple of Welsh athletes out on camp in Europe.
Yeah.
2 weeks before. Getting in the sun, making sure everything's perfect, diet, sleep, doing nothing before the games, which obviously the English athletes would have been doing. But is there that little bit more that they could have needed from England athletics just to get them over the line?
For sure, and I don't know if it's something that British athletics should be looking at as well. I know they're not. I know it's not a British athletics event, but it's only going to benefit them if English athletes are doing well. And I just feel like they didn't select as many as the athletes as they should. Definitely in the women's 15. I'm not going to kick off about it, but Ellie should have probably been selected. I know she's obviously had little injuries and stuff, but she's worked her arse off.
It's blind robbery, to be honest.
She's worked her arse off to get back there. She's worked super hard, and I just think she's gone and beat some really good girls early in the year. She's shown great form, and the selection was before it was just after she got injured, so they wouldn't have known anyways. And the only reason they didn't select her was because she didn't say that she wanted to race, but they never sent her any emails to say that that's what you should do.
Right.
And I guarantee if there was a young athlete, let's say in the 800 or 15 as well, let's say a super good talent runs 158, there's no way, because they didn't say that they're interested in doing it, that they're not going to select her. And I just think that's such a cop-out. It's such a cop-out, and that annoys me a lot with England athletics. I should have been selected in, what year was it, 2022? So yeah, I feel like I was in the form of my life in 2022, and like I say, I had a really good showing at the British Champs. I came third. I did have COVID at the time. Ellie gave it to me, typical, ruining my chances of getting on the world team. But like I say, I made the world team. I was a top performing Brit. I was next into I think I was 9th actually. I drew horrible semi-final at Worlds with I think 1, 2, and 4 in my semi.
Horrid.
Like that's how it finished, and I think I had like the fastest last 100. Can confirm that on the IAAF website. They do like a little analytics side of it.
Yeah, because you can see every 100 metres.
Yeah. So and yeah, I went in there really good form. I was winning races, or I was beating some really good guys, and just never give me a sniff for the Commonwealth Games. So and some of them, I think for Neve Emerson, I like Neve, but what have they selected her on? Like because she was a former Commonwealth medalist. I'm a former Commonwealth medalist. What was she selected on?
She must have done enough points because you can't be selected on.
Yeah, but come on, yeah. I mean,
Well, I'm still waiting on the call for Europeans. I'm not sure when that's coming, but I've got my bag ready. I'm ready to race.
I'd also like to say for the last one I ran the time 6 times and they still didn't select me either. So
they really don't like you, Eddie. You've not
They've
been
got something really against me.
twice.
6 times I ran the time before, and I said to them, "Why aren't you selecting me?" And they said, "Because you haven't run fast enough." And I thought I've run your qualifying time
6 times. And then you never got, so that's 2 Commonwealths you've missed out on, and Commonwealth Youths that you got the time they didn't select you. So, you know,
I've got a vendetta, let's just put it that way.
Ellie's done something to annoy him a little bit.
Hopefully slagging them off on a podcast will help, Ellie.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be selected for it again.
That bridge is, it can't be mended. She must have done something.
I must have hurt someone in England.
So yeah, I mean that just shows the state of England athletics at the moment. There's some really nice people there, and I do think a little bit is down to Commonwealth's just struggling a little bit, like you say.
It's just not what it was, mate.
Where was it meant to be? It was meant to be in
Gold
Sydney.
Coast.
No, it was maybe Sydney. I think Sydney or
somewhere
Brisbane.
in Australia.
And they basically
Was Gold Coast 2022?
Yeah.
2020,
No,
2018.
2018. Yeah, they rejected it, and then I think the year before that it was meant to be Durban, and they rejected it too. So that's 2 in a row where it should have been, in different places, and I think it's just losing that notoriety, and I guess
we're
it's
going to end up
bit,
with like
a little bit of politics in there as well. I think the Commonwealth Games stands for it doesn't stand for maybe the right.
the slave games I've heard chucked about a few times.
Exactly. So it might not be. Maybe that's a reason why. So maybe we should just rename it. Former Commonwealth Games.
Mm.
There you go. There's
It
one.
is the Commonwealth though.
Still.
Still.
I don't know. I played a lot of Fallout, and there was they're the Commonwealth there, and that's based in the US. So make of that as you will.
Oh, true.
Gamers will know. All right. What's next, Ravi? Go on.
We're going to jump into Runner's Corner.
Oh.
So last week we was talking about Zone 2, how we didn't think it was so necessary to only do Zone 2. This week we're going to be talking shoes. We've had a couple of comments coming in talking about shoes. What I want to discuss is everyday super shoes.
Oh.
What I mean by that is, so me and Archie, every day we're in the office, we will do our run along the beachfront in Brighton, along the promenades, 3.5, 4 miles out, 3.5, 4 miles back, something like that, 7-8 mile run. And obviously we get all the park runners, joggers, run-fluencers, all of that lot going out on their runs. Great. But, and bearing in mind, we're doing these runs probably, a lot quicker than them, 6:30, 7-minute miling, and I'm chucking on Vomeros, Invincibles, Supernovas, whatever easy run shoes I can get my hands on.
No plates.
No plate. I just want as much cushion as possible. You get these idiots.
Oh, here we go.
You get these idiots that we run past. That have got these. They're all the gear, no idea, right? They've got their £250 Alpha Fly Vaporflies. They've got their Aeroswift vest, their Aeroswift shorts, all the sunglasses, the hydration packs to go and do like 9-minute, 10-minute miling along the seafront. Should you be training daily in racing shoes? Absolutely not.
No. And I think you can't blame the standard person just going out for a run or wanting to get fit. I think there's a lot pushed on run-fluencers.
I think it's the run-fluencers to blame.
There's a lot of problems there, and I think they are pushing these weird running agendas. And I just look at it and just go,
it's bad for the sport, and it's actually bad for these runners.
It's bad for the runner,
because you have to consider the plate that you get, or they've got all different types and different brands, but essentially the carbon plate, rods, I don't know, they call it different things. The carbon in the shoes, that takes away from your biomechanics in your running.
Yeah.
So it compensates a lot for your calves, your hamstrings, and they're great. I mean, I use super shoes to train. I do my second double threshold in them.
Mm-hmm.
I do my key sessions in them, and obviously I race in them. And they do take a lot of load off your legs, but they decondition the hell out of them.
Yeah.
And that's where I think a lot of these, like, hobby joggers, is probably not the right way to describe them. Beginner runners don't understand that you don't want to be fast on every run.
No.
You don't want to be wearing them because it will take away from the way that you run, how your muscles respond to like ground impact, all of that, and it will end up with injury if you wear them for every run.
And 100%, and that's what I look, and that's why I think that's the biggest problem is you're actually just going to cause yourself more problems. It was a little bit like we were saying last week with doing zone 2 all the time. You're going to have zone 2 in there. That's going to be important. There's going to be times where you need to wear flats if you want to have a bit of a faster, training type run where you maybe touch a bit of tempo, LT.
Yeah.
You need to be, that's where you wear them. You've also got to remember these shoes are like 250 quid upwards. And
how are people affording to chuck a pair of Alpha Flies on every run? I don't know.
I don't know how people aren't losing them. Nike must have so many complaints about the wear and tear because they're not made to run
what
every
are they made
single
for?
day.
200-300 miles max.
And you're wearing them for performance. It's your performance runs. That's your racing, your real hard sessions. Even that might be a push.
Yeah.
You should be going. What would you wear on your normal run? Like, what's your standard go-to everyday running shoe?
My favourite shoe before I was injured, my favourite shoe, what I was running in, is the Vomero 18s, the Nike Vomero 18s. They're super cushioned, super lightweight, I think. They're super cushioned. They're pretty light. You don't feel clunky in them, but they take so much of the load out of your legs. You can go different. For example, some runs I want to start at 7:30, but I don't want to run 8 miles at 7:30. So by the end of the run, I'm running 6:20, 6:30. But they can still handle it. I think they're a superb shoe.
A versatile shoe.
Exactly. You have all these brands now. You might not. I mean, I've got a fair amount of running shoes.
Yeah.
As a beginner runner, completely understand you don't want a 6, 7, 8 shoe rotation. You want maybe 1 or 2 pairs. But there's so many brands now that offer, like Nike, for example, just get yourself a pair of Pegasus, a pair of the Pegs, and you can do your tempo, your easy running, and then you can get another pair later down the line.
Pegs are timeless. I used to love running the Pegs, and I just think you should, if I was a runfluencer or a hobby jogger, whatever you want to call it, I would have my every...
Is that not what you are at the moment?
Yeah, well, I'm barely that. I would be running in an everyday running shoe, whether that's Vomero's. I'm a big fan of Brooks. I think Brooks, you might have a different opinion on this, I'm not too sure.
I've not used them too much.
Brooks,
what's in the Brooks lineup? You've got the Ghost.
You got the Ghost. You got the Ghost Max. You got the Glissies. I think Glycerins are the best running shoe on the market. I think Brooks's running trainers, if you have feet problems, ankle problems, shin problems, I think they are the best running shoes on the market. They've honestly, they've spent a lot of money. They built obviously a new facility for their performance side of it. So that's, it's getting up there with, like the bigger brands. So they are starting to compete now. Josh has obviously got these new spikes on that everyone's saying are phenomenal.
They must be quick.
Yeah, exactly. And I just think, when I was running, like I say, I'm getting them for free, but carrying that, I mean, I still wouldn't be wearing my, I forget what they're called. Well, the prototype is called the Omega. What do they call them? They had a name. They're basically the Brooks racing flat.
Right.
I would wear them for my tempo sessions and maybe racing. That was literally it. Other than that, I'm in my Ghost, my Glycerin Max. I would switch shoes between if I wanted a little bit more of a hill drop.
Yeah. Well, you just switch them up to keep.
Switch them up.
If anything, you don't want to you're running twice a day sometimes. You don't want to run in the same pair of shoes every time because it's not good for the shoes.
Yeah.
Or you want to give your different muscles different ways that your foot contacts the ground, different stack heights, different drops between.
You don't want to cheat
bottom.
it. Just run in normal running shoes. Have your performance, your big ones, and it's something special about. I'm whipping out the big boys. I'm whipping out the big boys.
It's race mode as well, isn't it?
Race mode. You know, it's like Crocs. When you've got your Crocs, I've never had a pair of Crocs. When you've got the little
I've got
strap,
a fake version from Lidl.
when you get the strap, that's normal mode. You pull that strap back, you
You're
put them in
into
race
sport.
mode, you
You're
put it
in
in
sport
sport mode. It should be the same with running trainers, flats. Have your big ones for your big sessions, your big days. Other than that, you can just stay in normal running shoes. You're going to have less injuries. You're probably going to get a little bit more benefit in terms of adaptation and body. I just think save yourself some money, save your legs some problems in the future, get yourself a pair of running shoes, and don't get drawn into all this Nike Alpha Flies or whatever it is now.
Vaporfly, all that
always
stuff.
changing. Save it. Yeah, and that's my stance on it. And like I say, playing devil's advocate, a lot of people don't know better.
Yeah, they're right. I think they're led down the wrong path, and they look nice.
Oh,
and they feel
unbelievable.
like if I just started running, I'd be like, oh yeah, why would I want to run in the Vomeros where the Vaporflies make me feel like 100 mile an hour?
Yeah.
They make me feel like I could win the Olympics, but actually, they're not that good for you. But they make you feel that way. So I think people are being misled slightly. But there you are. Don't wear your super shoes on every run.
Exactly.
Bit of game time again this week, Kyle.
Yeah.
I've swapped out the format a little.
All right.
So we
Don't show me.
got a new game that I've come up with, which is going to test your Victor Gyökeres knowledge.
Yeah.
The game's called Personal Best or Made Up.
Okay.
So I've picked 3 athletes,
Mhm.
and I've got 3 races for each of them.
Mhm.
I've got a time for each event, which 2 of them are their PB, and 1 of them's made up. So it's like 2 truths and a lie.
Mhm.
So the first athlete is Ravi Walcott-Nolan.
Okay.
Very good middle distance athlete.
Yeah.
The 3 events that I've picked for her
Mhm.
are 800 metres,
Yep.
1500 metres and 3000 metres. So I'm going to give you a PB for each, and you've got to work out which one of those is a lie. Okay?
Mhm. Ready for
So
ya.
800 metres, 159.69.
Yeah.
So,
Perfect number.
yeah, exactly. 1500 metres, 358.08.
Okay.
And then 3000 metres, 847.21.
I think the 1500 meters is wrong.
You think 1500, so you don't think that she's run 358.08.
No.
Do you think she's run quicker or slower?
Well, what is the margin on this? Like, are you talking a second? Are you going? Is the one that's wrong? Is it a second out or is it like
It's
half
a made up
second?
time.
So you've literally just.
It's a made
So
up
it could be
time.
within the 0.1.
Could be.
You've made that super. I thought half a second. Might
I
have been
think
a push.
it's. No, it's it. Okay, looking at these, it's at least like it's a good few seconds. It's not close.
It's the 1500.
No,
3K.
it's the 3000 meters. So I should have written down what their actual PB is.
Okay.
But I mean, Ellie might know. Has she run a 3000 meters?
I know she's run 5K.
Wouldn't know, to be honest.
But yeah,
She's run a good 5K.
She has run a good
I
5.
just knew that the 8 and the 15 sounded about right. But
Yeah.
I didn't know. I don't know where 3K would
I know she's definitely run 159 for the 8. I just thought with her running such a good 5K, it was a throw up between the 5K or the 3K because I wasn't too sure if she'd run one or what. And then I just thought 358 sounds so quick.
Yeah,
I thought she might have been like a 359 maybe.
yeah. Not far. We'll go a bit easier.
Yep.
An ex-training partner you would have put in hundreds of miles with him.
Mhm.
Elliot Giles.
Yep.
I'm hoping you're going to get this. Bearing in mind, these are all outdoor times.
Okay. No.
So
indoors.
ignore his indoor 800.
Yeah.
800 metres, 144.56. 1500 metres, 330.92. 3000 metres, 739.74.
It's got to be the 3K.
It is indeed the
I
3K,
was
yeah.
gonna say, he's run that 3K. I remember. I know he could definitely run that 3K.
Yeah,
But
I would have thought he would run around that, if not
I just don't
potentially
remember him
quicker.
running especially a 3K outdoors. If it was indoors, I would have gone.
Yeah, when would he have? There's not really 3Ks outdoors. That's where it's this game's a little maybe
Yeah.
next edition we go
You could have
8
done
and
5K.
15 times or
Yeah.
5k. This next one is 1500 3k 5k.
Okay.
Hannah Nuttall,
Yeah.
1500 401.23.
Yeah.
Oh bollocks! I might need to get Ellie to look up a few things here. Can you get Hannah Nuttall's power of 10 up?
Yeah.
Because I've realised I've written down all of the times,
Yeah.
but I've not wrote down which one is actually right.
I
Okay.
can tell you right now.
Okay, so
5
15.
seconds. Can I just put something out there? By the way, we are not sponsored by the Power of 10.
No,
But we do know them, and if they do want to sponsor us, we'd be well happy with that.
we'd be willing to cooperate. Okay, 1500 metres, 401.23.
Yeah.
3000 metres, 826.48.
Yeah.
And 5000 metres, 1434.48.
The 15's wrong.
You reckon the 15?
15's wrong.
Do you reckon she's run quicker or slower?
So was it 401? I think she's
401.2.
probably run 404.
404. Ellie, which is wrong?
I know just by not looking. I know
Do
she's
you?
not on 401.
Okay.
I know that as well. Was
Do
it
you?
that?
Do you?
I did know that.
I reckon you're guessing. I don't know which one is right, but I'm gonna trust.
It's
I'm
your
not.
game.
I'm not trusting you. I will
It's
trust.
your game.
I'll trust Ellie on it.
Go on, get Power of 10 up.
Sure. Yeah, so she's running 826.
Yep.
And then what was the other one?
1434.
For
5K.
5k. Yeah.
Well, that seems wrong as well.
Oh, has she run
1439, I've got.
bollocks? What's she run for 15?
405. So there were 2 wrong.
Oh, we might have to cut that game.
No, Ravi just threw a curveball in there. 2 wrong. Yeah.
Okay, so both of those are made. I feel like I should.
The 5K was a little closer in terms of.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
little closer. Okay, I'm gonna trust that the others I've wrote down right.
All right. Okay.
But maybe I need to put a bit.
We've got more than 3 athletes.
No, just 3 this week.
Oh, I love it.
Just 3. I could.
Ellie, do you want to give us one random one? Go on, get
What
someone
if,
from Power of 10.
what if Ellie tests her PBs on us?
Yes,
Okay,
I
Go on
don't
then.
even
I
know
would should know if I
You
know.
don't know my PV.
This is really bad. I should know.
Yeah.
You know him to the point.
I know them to the half a second. Like not half a second, but I know them to like 159.51. No, 49. 159.49.
Okay, I'm just getting myself up.
I'm guessing 159.3. 2.32.
3-2.
This is my. So
800.
you've got, what is your point?
49.
Oh, mine's 3.2.
My PV is 159.52.
Ooh,
Oh.
I said 5-3 at the start and I changed
You did
it.
5-1 originally.
Oh, okay. Either it's pretty close.
0.01.
Yeah.
That's
Alright.
pretty decent.
1500.
So you go first, and we'll go from there.
No, you go first. For 1500.
Oh, okay, that's not good. Indoor and outdoor, because you run pretty
First
quick
we'll do
indoor.
outdoors.
Okay.
Bonus point for indoors.
I think I'll get the bonus point.
I'm gonna say I'm pretty sure your indoors is 406.
Point.
6.8.
And higher.
406.2.
Because that was British champs, wasn't it? Yeah.
British Championship record.
406.73.
Okay, well done. 1-1. 1-1.
1-1.
Alright,
Okay.
outdoors.
Outdoor. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, 403.8.
8. What?
8.
8.
8. No, 80.
80.
Yeah, 80.
403 point. I'll go. What? I don't. I've got. I knew the 406, but I thought maybe 404. No, I'm gonna go 403.2.
Okay, before you say anything, European champs, right?
What do you mean?
You won it at the European champs. No, you won it that year. You started well and you raced every single weekend and then twice during the week too. It's 402, isn't it?
It's 403.95.
Ooh, that's you,
I said
just.
8, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, 2-1.
And I ran it at Pavo Numeri.
Remember that,
Oh,
yeah.
I quite like this. Pick somebody really random and we'll.
Watch your profanity. Watch your profanity.
Yeah, it's really hard being the outside girl because I'm the girl with all the inside information.
Mm.
So like you're saying things, Jake Hayward has only been back running since January.
There you
We,
go.
see, we don't know this because we actually don't know nothing about
Well, I
running.
was assisting Flagstaff with him on a camp. He's literally been back running since January. Before that, hadn't run a step in like.
That is impressive.
Ooh, Mrs. Knowledge.
And
Oh.
also, he coached himself back to this comeback.
Really?
Wow, fair play. Even bigger shout out to the Haymeister.
Yeah.
The Haymaker.
The Haymanator.
The Haymanator. That's his new. Jake, you've been dubbed the Haymanator.
Okay, we're gonna go. Other Jake.
Whiteman.
Yeah.
Okay. You-
1500 meters personal best.
329.4.
329.5.
Oh, what are you copying me for?
Because I know it's 329.
329.23.
Get in. 2-2.
Cool.
Right. Bonus point for his indoor one.
332 flat.
333.5.
Might get it. I was thinking 333.
334.04.
Oh!
Oh no, sorry, 06.
Okay, but yeah, you won that one. You won that one. Fair play.
Okay.
3-2.
3-2.
Decider.
Decider.
do you
Well,
wanna
we got two more because we got Jake's 3K and his 800.
Okay.
Can I go 800 first then?
Yeah.
Jake 143. 2.
144.0. I think. I don't
He's
think
definitely
he's gone
got
into.
143.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Oh no, he ran 143.95.
You said 144.0.
No, Ellie, I'm changing to 143.95.
No, VAR.
No, I
Ellie,
actually am.
VAR.
Because I can remember it was. He's run 143.95, right?
You scabby cheater.
I actually think.
143.3.
Outdoors or indoors?
Either.
Outdoors.
Outdoors. 143.95 was it?
It was.
He's run it multiple times. I think.
Really?
For some reason, the World Athletics Profile will only show me his 1500. So.
Power 10.
Mm.
Podcast sponsor.
We're trying to get sponsors.
Pretty too late.
Okay,
now.
because Ellie has failed us getting Jake's PB up,
Yeah.
I can reveal, Kyle, that it is 143.65.
Oh, so you win it.
Set in
but-
Brussels on September the 2nd, 2022.
Yeah, that was a big year.
Um,
But he had a really good year that year, especially in the 8. All right, I think that's our game done. You won that one.
Yeah.
You won by 2 clear points. So
yeah,
fair play.
I'll get the facts right next week.
All right.
for
That
the
was good
episode.
though. I enjoyed the games. The games are fun.
Yeah,
Okay, so Instagram questions.
we've had a couple rolling in this week, I think, haven't we? I've been checking a few.
Yeah,
Few of the
no,
boys
no.
getting involved.
Oh, I had a couple of questionable ones in the group chat.
Yeah, but there was a couple that probably didn't quite make it on for legal and cancelable reasons.
Had to rescind.
Yeah, I
question.
think. Listen, a few people are trying to get me chucked off the show, trying to bait me in to say something stupid, but I'm not going to bite.
They want they want in on this off track.
Yeah, they do. There's plenty of people that will pay good money to be sat where I am, but
Yeah.
we won't let them have it, will we?
Nah,
No.
I'm replacing him. He ain't leaving.
Yeah, I ain't leaving. Right, Ellie, what questions have we got?
Right, here we go. I'm going to start with me because I put a little question in. When is Kyle making a comeback? I've heard a lot about this week.
So, like I said earlier, I had chucked the spikes on. I jumped on the tracks. I did a couple of sessions, or I say a couple of reps in a session. I'm feeling it again. I'm running to work. I'm getting fit. I'm playing football a lot though. Ankle is a little busted from playing football. I would like to think next year I might be able to try and jump in. Well, this is for an off-track video, so I'm gonna pitch it a little bit here. I am going to look to see if I can run a sub 16-minute 5K with only 30 days training. So I'm currently in the process of
It. But we could do that all, like, you know when Kipchoge had the wall in front of him?
Yeah.
Get a few of the boys in.
Would you be on that? Well, you've got a
I'm on it.
busted hip, and I've only got 20 days left.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah, make a bet you will.
Yeah, I could draft
You're
in...
very inconsistent with your training, so does the 30 days have already started? Or?
Well, I jumped on the track on Saturday. So what do you mean?
Ellie,
What do you mean Monday,
I've
Tuesday,
got him on a very
Wednesday?
strict programme.
Yeah. Anyways,
And he's following it to a T, and I'm going to have him delivered into very good shape by the time the 5K rolls around.
yeah. So, yeah, that's my aim. So, within the next 30 days, I've got to run sub 16. But next year, I would like to think I could probably try and go like 146 again. I'd like to maybe try and run like a sub 4 minute mile or something, but it's going to take a lot more consistency in training. So if you guys can help this podcast out, it means maybe I don't have to work anymore and I can just focus on doing some content creation.
Get out to font
and
again.
Get fit, get ready, get in there. I can be multi-purposed.
Could be the new Bram song.
There you go.
Who?
Bram Som.
That's too old for you.
Not heard of him, no.
Bram Som. You know
Not
Eric
heard of him.
Sawinski?
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I've heard that name.
Eric
tracks about.
Sawinski.
Who is that?
Eric Sawinski, the American 800 metre runner.
No,
143, I believe.
Can we cut this?
No.
This is really good, I think.
No, listen here. Eric
This is the old
Sawinski.
generation be the new generation.
So, first Bram
Wait, how
Som.
old is he?
Eric Sawinski must be 35 now, 36.
So he's not that
I
old.
was racing it. He was, well, he ended up on the back end of the last maybe 3 or 4 years. He was a big pacer.
That's probably poor knowledge from me, to be fair.
Eric Sawinski, big up yourself. He helped me pace my PB in Rovereto.
Oh, really?
144. He was meant to race.
Short track, I've heard that.
He was meant to race. The pacemaker pulled out, and the meet director said, "We will pay you more than first place to pace." And he said yes on the way to the track to race.
Oh,
So,
really? Yeah.
but he also, massive interesting stat about Eric Sawinski, there used to be this whole spreadsheet of how many times he run sub 150, sub 146, sub 145, sub 144. He's run like sub 146, something like 200 times.
Really?
It's nuts. And back
Right,
to the
that's just poor ball knowledge from me.
poor ball
then.
knowledge. Eric Sawinski, absolute goat. He was a Brooks beast as well at one
Oh,
point.
really?
And then Bram Som, probably one of the best generational pacemakers to touch the game of their 100 metres. So, yeah, poor ball knowledge, definitely not knowing Bram
Yeah,
Som. And he's
do
a big director
apologise.
now, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So big up Bram Som. Next Instagram question.
We have got a question saying, what are we thinking about the new Ultimate Championships in September?
Oh, I know who that was. Ollie. Ollie said that one in. He beat me in my challenge when I did race Santa for 50 quid or whatever it was.
Gotcha.
He whooped me.
Yeah, what do we think about this? Me personally, I think this year it's maybe a good option for a few of the Americans. You know, I've not got a major champs to go to. They've not got the commies. They've not got the Europeans. It's a good thing for them to target and to race towards. In a normal year, I'm not a fan of it. I didn't like the Grand Slam. I don't like this. I'm a bit more traditional. I want Diamond Leagues, and then I want it culminating in a World Champs, Olympics, or an off year.
I agree with the off year part. I am a little less on the old school side of things. I think track and field needs to be modernised. I feel like Michael Johnson done a terrible job with Grand Slam. He's laced his own pockets. I just think you've got the best athletes involved, and it was all about modernising. It was just the same as a Diamond League.
Well, it was
For the best guys, with a load of prize money.
And
there was no marketing towards bringing new people into the world of track and field. That's what annoyed me. With all the funding they had, why not try and bring new eyes in? Why not get these streamers who are, iShow Speed? Why would you not put iShow Speed at Grand Slam? People want to see it. People want to see it. Why not?
It does need to be modernised slightly, I agree, but I think the way of doing that is I like the Diamond League setup.
Yeah.
I like how they work. I think you build upon that rather than having your Diamond Leagues and then your Grand Slam, or having your Diamond Leagues and your whatever it's called, Ultimate Championships or whatever it's called. I just don't think we need it. I think we need to focus on the events we already have and making them better through however is deemed necessary. But we do that. I just don't think we need to bring it in. I think it's unnecessary. I think it's a little bit Americanized, all that shit. I just don't see a need for it.
And my big thing is, it's the same people that are in the Diamond League circuit.
Exactly.
And I think if you're going to do anything, where's the middle ground for people who are probably better than their, let's say, the hometown meets or decent European meets, who maybe don't bridge the gap between the Diamond Leagues. With the Diamond Leagues, they're all political. You get in the races if you've got the right agents. It's not down to how fast you run. It's about who you know a lot of the time. Obviously, if you're one of the best in the world, you're going to get in them. And I just think there's not that many chances for people trying to bridge that gap. I had that problem in 2022. I couldn't get in any Diamond Leagues. I got into Celeste Diamond League 2 days before after smashing one of the best sessions I had. And if I had a big
I
race
remember
that
you
year,
telling me about
if I had a big race that year, I would have 100% run quicker, but I just couldn't get
Didn't
that
get the
opportunity.
chance. I think that's the key for a lot of athletes of that, like, 144, 333, 332 level, is that they can't get into these massive races, and they might bang a 330 in the right race because they're in the same shape as the top guys, but they don't know the right people.
They don't get the opportunities, and it's the same people in the same diamond leagues all the time. And it is good seeing people go head to head. I just think there needs to be more top tier races to give other athletes opportunities, and also I think markability needs to be, I think it needs to definitely be improved for sure, because like you say, even with the Commonwealth Games this weekend, last weekend, no one knew.
The coverage was absolutely
Shocking.
terrible. We've not covered that. It was absolutely terrible of the Commonwealth Games.
And it all went under, BBC obviously covered it before, and now it's moved to a
Like you compare that to how the BBC
based.
might cover like a Diamond League or something, which I think, alright, sometimes they go on to the javelin when there's a decent race going on, but for the most part, the BBC coverage of Diamond Leagues, Olympics, World Champs, commies in the past is spot on, and compare it to the BT coverage of the Commonwealth Games, which was dreadful. I thought the commentators weren't good. Get me and Kyle on.
Yeah.
I genuinely think we would have provided more insight.
What's his PB again?
Yeah. Who?
Is that?
Right. Next question, Ellie.
Next question. What are your opinions on walking being an event?
Race walking.
Yeah.
This could be the end of the podcast here.
Ravi's
got a spark in his eye.
I don't. Well, I'm not interested by it. I don't care. Like,
yeah,
it just doesn't provide any entertainment for me. Like, I don't know.
He was on the scene though, didn't it?
Yeah, Tom Bosworth. He brought a little limelight there.
Yeah, no, he did. But like, I don't know if it's the right way to describe it, but it's almost like, we're not quite good enough to do the actual version, so we're going to make it a little bit harder. And like,
at what point do you just say, let's have an egg and spoon race? Do you
exactly. It's like,
not in a bad way.
It's like if you've got football, and then you said, you know what, lads, we're going to come up with a game of football, but you can't use your right foot. And it's like, well, anybody with a decent left foot would be quite good, but anybody that's a decent footballer just wouldn't care about it.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
It's not going to get the eyes, is it?
No. I would scrap it personally, but I think that'd be an unpopular opinion.
I think that's an unpopular. I wouldn't scrap it. I think what they do is very impressive. Like, Tom Bosworth can go like 7-minute miling. I remember he used to race
quick.
walk when we were running. He could go way quicker. He did that thing at London Diamond League with Clarkey.
Well, they can do like 17, 18-minute 5Ks, can't they?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It is quick.
Like, do you not remember when Tom Bosworth and Clarkey raced at London Diamond League?
Did they?
They put on an event. I think Clarkey run. What did Clarkey run? A mile, and Tom
a head start.
And they had to race and try and catch each other. I think Tom won it. It was like a marketing thing. Well, I think it was good for Bosworth because that's what he did. He did bring a few more eyes to the sport of walking. But ultimately, I think, how do I put this nicely? A lot of people watch the walking and go, "Oh, what a silly event!"
Exactly.
Like people who don't know track and field. I respect what they do, and I think they are athletes.
No, I'm not. And there should be race walking events. I just wouldn't have it in with the athletics, to be honest.
I actually agree with that.
I also think save the hips in the back. That must be.
It must hurt.
Yeah, you're going to be having problems. Maybe we get Tom Bosworth to fight his case.
Yeah.
Tom Bosworth, you're on next. We've got Keeley, Tom.
It's becoming quite a good lineup.
Here we go. I mean, we just throw them in there without asking them, but, how can they resist the bad?
That's the power of Offtrack.
Offtrack.
Are we doing one more question?
I think three's good.
Three's enough.
I think three's enough. We've done a fairly decent stint on the podcast again. Don't want to deal with Rav and Kyle for too much longer.
Well.
And there we go. We've covered the Commonwealth Games, the ultimate track and field.
Just quickly on the Commonwealth Games, what was your favourite moment?
It's got to be my boy Josh winning again. I know I'm bigging up a Scotsman. I'm an Englander. I was so there for it. I was cheering him on the whole way.
Mm.
That was my favourite moment. What about you?
Mine was more similarly like a bit more of a personal moment. I enjoyed watching Archie racing in the mile heats. It had been his goal to get to the Commonwealth Games, so yeah, to watch him run there was a pretty big moment for the Brighton Track Club.
Yeah, big for you guys. And he's had a big year
so
as
yeah,
well. You know,
big
he's
year for him.
dropped his PB.
He's another one would be good to get on, I think.
Yeah, we'll definitely have Big Dave on at some point as well. Like we said, we're getting a little lineup going now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want some questions. More questions for next week would be appreciated. Yeah. Drop them on Instagram anywhere, DMs.
Instagram, YouTube comments. Remember your comments. Drop them in. Any questions, as controversial as you want, that's not going to get us cancelled. Or if you're just intrigued, or it might even be about what we spoke about with our Runners Corner, about...
if you've got a different opinion.
Yeah, let us know. We're happy to talk about it and get other people's... You know, here's one. If you even want to send a video through, send us a little video. We'll get it up on screen and we'll discuss what you talk about in the video. That could be
yeah, I'm up for that.
So, like I said, get your comments and the questions. Make sure you follow Ravi on Instagram, Offtrack on Instagram, Carl on Instagram. Please go and subscribe on the YouTube. We are going to start rolling out a lot more content. And yeah, we'll see you in the next Offtrack episode. Ravi, you're out.
Nice one, Carl. Cheers, mate.
Laters, bye.
See you.